The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. What's up, y'all? What up? It's the Shadow People. We back. Episode 11. I'm Nigel Hall.
I'm Derrick Freeman.
And we are the Shadow People reporting live from the Shadow Box. What is up, Derrick? What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good. You know, we're here. We're smack dab in the middle of festival season.
Yep. French Quarter Fest is happening right now.
We're taping this the Monday after French Quarter Fest. So we played on Saturday, Soul Brass Band, and I must say, we turned that bitch out.
I turned that bitch out. I heard it all the way down the street. That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope. You had a better gig than I did.
I'm sorry. I'm sad to hear that.
No, it's okay. And it ain't got nothing to do. It's no fault to the musicians because the music was killing, but the sound wasn't together for me.
Yeah, our sound was killer. We had Ace. You know Ace.
Yeah,
so
of course.
We had great sound. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But and it's also not a fault to the people who work there. I mean, they work there all fucking day. They work there every day, all day, for hours and hours. And by the time they get to us, and we the last band on that stage, it's just a lot going on. It's a lot of moving parts. So, everything can't be perfect, but the music was good. I looked good, at least. I had on a great outfit.
I saw you had your
I had on my Will Chamberlain.
It was it a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Nah, I had my Will Chamberlain.
It was Wilt.
I had my Will Chamberlain.
But it was a Wilt Laker jersey.
With my brand new my brand new dunks that were yellow and purple, suede, dope shit. We'll put the picture up there. That shit was kind of killing. But my redemption was last night at Tipitina's with the same band, and we had a sound check, and the shit was fucking killing. And so I definitely had my chest pump out yesterday. So
nobody played more gigs than Danny this weekend, which is why he's not here.
That's why he late.
It's fine. We'll catch him up on that on the news segment. But
oh no, he got plenty of news.
I'm guessing. How many gigs we think? I'm guessing Danny played. I'm gonna say
4,000 gigs.
Yeah, something between 2,000 and 4,000.
He played 4,500 gigs, 4,500 gigs.
Yep.
And if you make $1 for every gig, then he's pretty paid right now.
And we just found out that David Griffin has been relieved of his duties. Effective immediately.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out. You're done. You're fucking done. What did he say? You're done. You're finished. Yeah, get out of here, bro.
You did such a terrible job. I believe everything LeBron said about you. Everything. Trash. Garbage.
That's crazy.
See you later. See you never. David Griffin.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, we are approaching. We're in French Quarter Fest right now. Is it still happening, or is
it's over with?
It's over with. So what? Yesterday was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yesterday was the last day of French Quarter Fest.
I'm sure Danny played the final gig.
I'm probably sure too. $4,600. But now we are entering the Jazz Fest season. It doesn't stop here. For those who
right
are
now,
watching,
it's Rehearsal Fest. This week is Rehearsal Fest. Hopefully, if not,
because look, I was
I'm not
supposed
coming
to
to
have
see unrehearsed sets.
I was supposed to have a rehearsal today that got canceled.
Exactly.
So, we're definitely in rehearsal. It doesn't. For those of you who are watching who aren't from New Orleans, this is how it goes. There's French Quarter Fest, and then for musicians, there's a Rehearsal Fest, and then there's Jazz Fest.
Right.
And so, a lot of times, what happens is during Rehearsal Fest, people will show up to. I like to call it Excuses Fest.
People show up unprepared. Some people
show up unprepared.
Not the people we deal with.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I have definitely been a part of that number before.
Guilty, yeah. Clearly.
But since my drastic life change, I've been doing much better in that. So when I show up to rehearsals, I will know what I'm supposed to know before I get there. I will not be there listening to tunes.
Rehearsal fest is for rehearsing. It's not for practicing.
It's not for practicing.
You practice at home.
On your
you
own
prepare for the rehearsal,
right.
so we can come together. We can make the beautiful music. We can make the changes. We can arrange it. We can decide what works. But we can only do that if everybody's prepared. If not, we're wasting time.
More importantly, do it correctly. That is the most important thing to do. And so there's going to be a lot of that. And I am really just starting to prepare myself. And here's the other thing, is that there are a lot of times musicians, especially in the past, they're always asking me, how many gigs you got for Jazz Fest? I think I got maybe 4 or 5 gigs this year. And I'm very happy about that. There have been Jazz Fests where I've had upwards of 22, 23 gigs in 2 weeks. And that is hell. You want to talk about hell? That is hell, And granted, I think looking back, the money is not worth it. I think that the sanity, your mental sanity should supersede whatever money that you are going to make by playing 20 gigs. So that's, if you're playing 20 gigs.
But also you can book.
Wait.
Yeah.
If you have 20 gigs, then that means that you potentially have 20 rehearsals for those gigs. So that's 40 things you have to do. Now, the first potential 20, you're not getting paid for. That's just a bunch of extra running around. And man, I'm telling you, I am so glad that I got 5 gigs. I think it's 5. I want to say either 5 or 6. I got one with you. I'm really happy about that. I don't feel like I need to rehearse, but if we do, I will be ready. And I know those songs. You pick songs that rehearsed. I know. Yeah, y'all will be rehearsed.
We got you.
Killing.
We're actually giving.
There you go.
See. Also, Paul. See this. I'm glad you said that. See, sometimes children, if you want to have guest artists sitting with your band and they don't normally play with you, maybe you might want to find out what that guest artist is good at, what that guest artist knows. Yep. Then the band can be prepared for him, make his life easier. Yep. See, exactly. Now he could just come sing the songs he's gonna sing. Yep. He got to worry about us not knowing it.
Exactly.
And then we can let him flourish behind us. See,
let him flourish, and then we all flourish together.
Yeah. But non-guest should just know the songs.
Employees, i.e. But yes, I'm really excited about Jazz Fest coming up. It's always a great time of year. You can feel it in the air, and sometimes you can smell it.
Especially when they get wet.
Yeah, boy, I'm telling you. But like I said, I'm looking forward to it, and it's gonna be killing. And I'm looking forward to our gig too. That's gonna be at the very least entertaining and funny, because it's kind of gonna be maybe, something similar to what you see here. So, but just with music. So it's gonna be a lot of shit talking, a lot of laughing. A lot of people getting clowned. It's fun. We're gonna have some fun. Yeah. And then after that, I go on tour. So we're gonna try, however, to get some guests for Jazz Fest. I know we've been talking about it. We keep talking about it, but we're putting that energy out in the air. And I think we're gonna have Brother Alex Wasili come and be on the show, and we're gonna have a lot of fantastic things. Hopefully have Brother Ted Turner on the cover. Ted, where you at? No, we're going to have a lot of people. There's I've been talking to a lot of people, and Derrick has also been talking to a bunch of people, but I think we're going to have Alex come on the next show to be our guest, because we don't want to have to rely on guests, because we're killing as we are. But it's going to be fun. We have a fun episode for you. There may be some violence that ensues.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be some violence that ensues. We don't know. We'll figure it out. But while we're on the topic of let's do this, because the last episode, I've been on sabbatical, but now I'm back, and we are going to crack the seal of the Sexy Zexy. This is what this is called, Sexy Zexy. And it's peach THC water and it's 5 milligrams. And if I start drinking this shit now, damn, and it's good too.
It's just water, flavored water?
It's just water.
Wow.
It's perfect. It's perfect for what I'm doing too.
And
I ain't trying to drink a whole bunch of bubbles,
Zexy
being
also
in
is from
burping and
Crescent
shit.
Canna, who has been providing us with beverages, obviously.
Yes, absolutely. Shout to Crescent Canna.
Sour watermelon is
and
delicious.
all of the homies over there. And, you know, like I said, we promote Cali sobriety on this show. And this is definitely a great alternative.
Hey, man, that's delicious.
I know.
I
know. I killed the ones you left at my house the day I was back. I was like, oh, there we go.
I knew that was going to happen.
I had a rough day, too. I was like, nah, nigga, I'm going in there. I opened one. I tipped that bitch back and didn't stop. Burping and shit.
They are quite refreshing. Now, I've been pacing myself better with the Crescent Nine.
You know what a great idea? You know what a great idea could be? Because I love to have watermelon cut up in my house. Because now we at the time where it should be, especially if you're eating right, and it's good in the summertime. I think it would be a good idea to just cut some watermelon up and then put that in there.
Spike the watermelon with the watermelon Crescent Nine.
Yeah, buddy. Could be a vibe. Could be a vibe.
We can make that.
We can definitely. We're gonna try it. We're certainly going to try it.
All right, so tell them what we're gonna. Tell them we're gonna do in the next segment. All right, go ahead.
First of all,
I'm rushing.
Yeah, because
I'm hyped today.
Clearly, you drink some more of that. You'd be real hyped. How was your week, bro? You have a good week?
Yeah, it was great. You know, like I said, it's busy. Busy time. But you know, the band sounds killer, which I'm happy about. I have bordering on too many gigs for Jazz Fest. Maybe.
How many gigs you got?
I have just the right amount. I don't know.
Just roughly.
10.
That's a lot of gigs. That's 5 more than I got. I don't even know how many I got. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna look. We're gonna look right now. I'm gonna take a look.
It's all right.
I hate doing this. I don't like to.
I do have a couple of days off, which is like the amount of gigs doesn't really matter to me because once I start going, I can just go all day. But having days off is what matters.
Okay, let me ask you this: does rehearsals don't count as gigs?
No.
Anything that well then check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was right. 5. All right. That's great. Shit, guess how many I had last year? 2. And I really enjoyed it. But I also had people at my house too.
Right.
I had people at my house and I wanted to just be home and not be driving around in the riffraff. And you know how crazy the city is as it is without a festival. But it's hard to say that because there's never not a festival going on.
Plus, you live near the festival.
Yeah, I live right over there by the damn festival. And then on top of that, this city has more festivals than days of the year. So, you know, there's always something going on. And then you add in the infrastructure of the city and just people coming from not here and don't know where they're going. Texas. Every time I see a Texas plate, I'm telling you, my blood pressure.
It's always Texas, Mississippi, Florida.
Texas, Mississippi, Florida, definitely.
Real bad.
Florida. What does Uncle Charlotte say about Florida?
Y'all got real bad.
Y'all motherfuckers crazy. Right. But yeah, so then you factor that in, so that I was like, all right, cool. But this year, I kind of wanted to be outside just a little bit and get a little taste of it because I felt like I could, because Jazz Fest has always kind of been a time where like I, as a musician and just as a person, just flourish. But it's hard to navigate that now because I'm not drinking and I'm not, involved in the debauchery. Mm-hmm. And there's still definitely, of course, there's ways to really enjoy Jazz Fest without having to do that. And I'm learning those ways and it's awesome. But I also am just cool with being home too. And I guess that's part of it. I guess that's part of finding that groove. So this year I'm like, all right, cool. Actually, you know what the crazy shit is? Torque called me. And Torque called me and asked me. I really think Torque just be calling me to ask me to do gigs because he ain't got nobody else to call. Because he way more killer than me. But he's putting together a piano night, right? And
his own
kind of piano,
Okay.
yeah. And he's got me and a few other people. And I only got to go play for like a half hour and just do some solo stuff and whatever. And solo shows, I ain't really into them. I don't like doing them just because I just feel so naked. And the idea is, as an artist, when you go out and you play in front of people, you're naked anyway because you're wearing your shit on your sleeve and you're supposed to invoke that emotion and shit like that. But it's just something different for me. And I know I told this motherfucker that before.
Yeah.
I know I did. And you know what's crazy is I'm coming out of my comfort zone and I'm going to do it. I even actually tried to bail from the gig. I called him and I think I texted him and I was like, yo, bro, I ain't this ain't it. I ain't doing this gig. And then I told him, I was like, man, I ain't ready. I ain't prepared to do nothing like that. And then I thought about it. And it almost didn't allow me to sleep that night. And I was like, man, that's some bitch shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't have called you to ask you to do that if he didn't think you could do that. And you kind of need to be out in front of these people right now because you got some new shit getting ready to come out. And you need to let these motherfuckers know that you're not a fucking hobbit. Although I feel like a hobbit and although I kind of want to be a hobbit, but I got to be out there and I got to do it. And so, you know, I know it sounded like I was getting ready to talk shit on Torque, but I want to thank Torque because Torque is my man. Torque has always been my man, and he seen
David
me.
Torkanowski
is who I'm talking about. One of the greatest piano players of all time. He's a New Orleans legend, and you should check him out as soon as you possibly can. So shout to my man Torque for getting me off my ass and being like, bro, stop being a bitch and come out here and play this goddamn music that we all know you can play. So my man,
you know, Torkanowski is.
We gotta have Torque on this motherfucking show, bro.
Absolutely. Well, it's
Torque,
funny now.
We are calling you out, nigga.
It's funny now because you know he's older. He's gonna be mad that I say that, but you know, he's older now.
Like, they'll see when he on this motherfucker.
Right, exactly. But when I was super young, and Torque was just like regular age, my God, we were fucking terrified of him. Like, this dude had the biggest head. He looked like Frank Zappa.
Yeah,
his giant mustache, and he rode his fucking Harley, and he would like come in and he would like curse you out and like throw shit. You know, he's like a hardcore musician. Like, we were like, I was like mortal fear of Torkanowski. Yeah. Now when I see him, I'm like, get the fuck off of me.
Yeah, Torque is the man, bro.
I love him though. We gotta get crazy. Him on he got some opinions too.
He's definitely crazy. He would definitely be a great guest on this podcast. So let's definitely gonna reach out to Torkanowski.
We'll talk about what we're gonna do next segment because I'm excited about it. Okay. We gotta get Danny in here for this.
We gotta get Danny in here. Well, why don't we just take a break and then tell him when we come back?
Okay.
We don't want to tease it. You just hype. You was hype as shit today. I want to
tease it.
Okay, you want to tell them? Why don't you tell them then? Since you want to talk all fucking day.
We were being so coy last episode.
I know we were fully being on some mysterious.
Right, so I feel like I don't want to be
mysterious traveler shit.
I don't want to be coy.
Right, okay, this is what we're gonna do.
Drew gave us an idea.
Drew gave us an idea. Drew, why don't you? Because you got a microphone over there. He's the man behind.
Explain the rules. You can explain the rules to us.
Pay attention to the man behind the curtain. Go ahead, Drew.
So look, y'all basically gonna do this.
Why you sound like you nervous, like you ain't never done this before? You sit and talk to a goddamn stuffed animal.
Well, you know, he's pretty lax and
he's also got opinions.
He also got opinions.
He's highly judgmental.
Right. He speaks with spoken too.
Right.
But no, look, I'm gonna cut to. I'm gonna show the people. I got this little draft set up.
Oh Lord.
And Nigel on the left, Derrick on the right, and they're basically gonna play like MDs, and they gotta draft a band, like a coherent band, and they gotta let us know like
coherent being the keyword.
They can't just be a bunch of singers. I mean, you can if you want.
So basically, what we're doing is we're drafting. It's like a musician draft, and like who's gonna have the better band at the end of it. So
that's a much more concise way to put it.
I see some people that I already see it, and I'm sure Derrick does too. And like I said earlier,
do I want to start a fight or
hold
not?
on.
Is the
The idea, that's really it. You just like this might, you remember that episode of the Morton Downey show when Al Sharpton and that nigga was fighting?
Or no, I'm thinking about Geraldo when they hit him in the
Same shit.
Yeah.
It's about to, it may or may not happen
Right.
in the next episode. So y'all stay tuned because it's about to get really fucking crazy in here.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
We'll see what happens.
We're gonna see. Let me crack my knuckles.
Who's gonna have the most killing band?
I don't know. We're gonna see. And then I mean, we obviously are gonna have our opinions of who's more killing.
Yeah.
But
We'll put a poll out to the.
we're gonna put a poll out,
There you
and
go.
we want you to go to shadowpeoplepodcast@gmail.com. We want you to like and subscribe. And if you like the shit, do us a favor and share it on your pages, because we be putting out shorts and shit, and they funny as hell. And we funny as hell, and we got full episodes, because I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers be posting, commenting on the shorts and don't know what the fuck you talking about, because you ain't, the whole idea of the short is for you to go and look at the whole show. The show only about an hour. We ain't gonna be in here all day. So go check it out and like it and subscribe it if you want to do that. And yeah, so that's what that is. So there's gonna be a poll, and then we can all talk about who we think the most killing band is. But basically, how we're gonna deal with it is whichever one is standing when we leave out this motherfucker. It's gonna be the one when we get in the bed. We'll be right back after these messages. Oh shit.
Okay.
Tell you, watch the leader.
So who's gonna flip the coin?
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Can we intro? Hold on, let's
yeah,
intro
yeah,
the show.
yeah.
Let's get y'all motherfuckers hyped today. What y'all been doing? Look, festival season.
I already played 30 gigs today.
Hey, 30
I
gigs.
literally play. No, you know why? I literally had a gig this morning.
You had a gig
I
this
got one
morning?
more. You had a gig this morning at
Okay.
7:45 a.m. at the
Was it-
Sheraton
Oh,
Hotel.
that's terrible.
in the morning.
7:45.
7:45.
Why
Me,
are you playing?
me, Steve, Levron.
Why are you doing
Doyle,
anything
Doolio.
at before 8 in the morning?
Because that's how these corporate things, they have the things and then they come and they're like,
You gotta
I'm the
play-
CEO, let's go.
Hold on,
You know,
you
the
gotta
lady
play-
danced up with her fucking umbrella like she was, and then they spoke to the
You
crowd.
got to play the clip of Shaka Khan talking about Mary J. Blige singing.
Not being able to sing.
Well, well, that, but all, yes, I mean, that's kind of what the clip is about. But she was saying, girl, I was up all night and this, that, and the other. And she was like, you shouldn't be doing nothing before 8 o'clock in the morning. And it's just a funny clip. Y'all need to, if y'all heard it, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So the assistant DA has joined us now. He
I'm over here,
he
off
had
camera.
50,000 gigs
in the last hour.
In the last hour. I'm telling you, you want to talk about fucking multitasking. You should have seen what I just caught this motherfucker doing out in the car. This nigga is crazy. But yeah, so welcome, Danny. How you doing? I mean, he's
I'm
off
good,
camera,
I'm
but you
tired.
can definitely hear him. He's off camera. You can hear the
You can hear me?
the strength in his voice.
You can hear,
Yeah.
you can hear the fatigue.
The fatigue, yeah.
Well, lack of
Sipping
strength.
out his
Oh, man.
pores, right?
It's in his
Still
voice.
2 weeks till Jazz Fest.
Yeah. But I tell you what, when Jazz Fest comes, he is going to be fit in the sense of being able, as his last name is, able to persevere through the muck
I hope so.
and the
I hope
crux
so.
of Jazz Fest
I
and
hope
what
so.
Jazz Fest is. So we are very glad to have Brother Daddy with us finally. He's going to be our coin flipper and our referee
You got one more game.
doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
They
gigs
never
today?
end. This is my
Oh, I
gig
see.
right now.
Oh, well, this is okay.
Yeah.
This gig, yeah, this doesn't end. Well,
No, I just got my radio. Are you DJing tonight? No.
No, I can't tonight. I have to go in the studio and do some stuff for Carl Denson. I'm really psyched about.
Trying
We're
to get
gonna
him on the show,
We're gonna
too,
have
but we'll
him
see.
on the show. We hope, like I said, we're
what
gonna
happens.
have Brother Ted Turner on the cover as well.
I love his confession. Hey guys, by the way, 20 years ago I was on mushrooms. I was like, motherfucker, we know.
Nigga, we know.
It's not what you talking about.
I saw that.
You saw
I'm
that?
like, bro, what did you talking about, Big Aunt?
Right, like we.
You know what I'm saying? Like we
You
we
weren't
been
hiding it
knew.
well, bro.
We
Just so
been
you
knew.
know,
Just
you
so
did not
you know.
hide it well.
Yeah. If you were, never mind.
Anyway,
I was
so-
gonna say something,
Don't
but
do
I
it.
ain't even
So
gonna
we'll
say it.
Let him tell it himself on the
Yeah,
podcast.
exactly,
Don't tell him.
exactly. So, like I said, we about to do this this musician draft here, and depending on how the coin falls, will determine how many lives are left.
You could call it in the air. gonna let you
Okay,
call
you gonna let me? Okay, thank
call
you.
it.
I
You calling it?
appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna call it
So
in
I'm
the
gonna,
air.
like, flip it, catch it, and then do that.
Yeah, do the
whole
thing.
on
Do the
that.
thing.
Okay.
Do the thing, and I'm gonna call it in the
Are
air.
you ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Tails.
Oh, it's heads.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
It was heads. It was heads. I'm sorry, Nigel.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I feel like we know what's about to happen, and this might lead to a fist fight, which might actually make this whole show go
might
viral. So this
actually
might be exactly what we
lead to a
needed.
fist fight. So I just want
Well-
you to listen, Derrick. I just want you to say to you, first of all, if you've ever loved me, like you say you do, right now is the time that you will show it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, well, fortunately for you,
You got the first pick.
I have to. I have to pick a drummer first. I don't have to because there's several choices up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could be a shitty friend and draft a certain keyboard player, but I don't want to ruin the game, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead.
No,
and
do
go,
what you want. Do
No,
what
no,
God tell you to
I'm
do.
gonna do what I
You're
wanna
not
do.
being a
I'm
shitty
gonna
friend.
do
I'm
what I
not
wanna
gonna
do.
fight. We're too old to
No,
be
I'm
fighting.
gonna do what I want to do. What I want to do is draft Bernard Purdy. That's my first.
Wow, you drafted Purdy first.
Where's
You know
he at?
what? Okay.
This one?
All right. Purdy. Wow. Way to start
Wow,
off.
Look at this.
That's look, that's how you
Drew's
do
high
it.
tech. Look at that.
That's
Yeah,
literally how you
like
do
that?
it.
High tech behind
This
the
is
scenes
amazing.
now.
It's like real draft board.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit out of the way now, and I'm gonna draft George Duke.
Yeah, I
gotta
wasn't
do
gonna
it.
give you 2 picks.
I,
Sorry, like you might
I
want to
gotta
draft them
do
now.
it. I gotta do it just on principle. You know what
Okay.
it is. Okay. All right. Now. Okay. Great.
Now
Great.
this one might not make
This
sense.
will not be the last episode of the Shadow
No.
People.
Now this
finally.
next pick
Thank
might
God.
not make sense to the masses. It will make sense to you though,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tricky because
Should we tell them who everybody is?
We got y'all know who fucking George Duke is. You
Right.
know who fucking Bernard Purdy is.
hopefully
if
if
you
you're
don't,
watching this podcast,
yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
Okay. So let's go down the line.
From left to right, huh?
Yeah, from left to right.
All right, we got Fred Wesley right here.
Okay. Fred.
This is Peter Frampton.
Okay.
That's a
We
sleeper
had,
pick right there.
Yeah.
Round 1, pick 1, of course, was Bernard Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
Round 1, pick 2, George Duke right
Yep.
here.
Yep.
This right here is Walter Becker,
Another
Yep.
sleeper.
All right.
Chuck Mangione.
Okay.
Next to him is Joe Sample,
Yep.
Bernie Worrell, on the synths there. This is Sly Stone.
Yep.
And then Michael McDonald will complete the first row.
Okay.
We got Maceo Parker.
All right, Mace.
We got Phil Collins.
Looking like a homeless person.
Homeless ass nigga.
We
This
got-
nigga look like Sax Man on.
Right.
Cracks it.
Hey man, that shit is crazy. That's hilarious.
Phil Collins.
Okay.
That's your promo shot,
Yeah.
dog?
Yeah,
All right,
bro.
cool.
Hey
Anyway,
man,
next.
hey, if you cool with it, I'm cool with it. Next.
we got, where'd I leave up? Eddie Hazel.
Okay.
Right here.
Ooh. Okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
sleeper
A
picks.
lot
on
of
this.
good, yeah.
Harvey Mason.
Okay.
Of course, this is
Mr.
Bootsy
Grammys
right
himself.
here. Bootsy Collins.
Yep.
This is Ernie Isley.
Okay.
This is Andy Newmark.
Yes. Andy Newmark.
Clyde Stubblefield.
Okay. And Verdine
Verdine
White.
White.
Verdine, bro.
Verdine White.
Dean White.
Verdine
How would HW
White.
say it?
Burden.
I mean, he's not. I don't want to speak for him. I've never spoken for him before.
All right, so
it's your
I'm
turn
up.
now. All right.
Okay,
here we
so
go.
back to my speech.
Round two,
Okay.
pick one.
Because I gotta get a little spiel in between. So
Okay.
now second pick might not make sense to most. It's definitely gonna make sense to Nigel. But it is risky because I could potentially be giving away the gluest of all glue musicians by not picking him right now. But I don't know. Is Nigel gonna have two keyboard players before he picks anything else? Probably. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Sly Stone.
I mean,
Somebody's got to lead this band of assholes.
He's the leader? Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, we'll see.
I feel like that's a great pick, and I kind of knew that you would pick that. It's crazy because for me, I think at this point, what's important to me is also having a solid foundation. And while we have some pretty fucking killer drummers up there, I'm going to go with Harvey Mason.
Wow.
Because Harvey Mason, again, like you said, is Mr. Grammy. But it's not because he's Mr. Grammy. It's because he is one of the most solid foundational drummers of our fucking time. And not to mention, he's on everything that you've ever fucking heard in your life. So, and still recording.
Facts.
So,
True facts.
it's still very much killing.
2 drummers already off the table.
Yeah.
Only
So,
2 rounds in.
This is how you build a band.
This is literally build a band workshop. Right?
And his name sounds like a crime, like a lawyer
It does.
show.
Dun,
series.
dun.
Like
Yeah.
Harry Mason.
Harvey Mason Esquire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One call, that's all.
Okay.
444. Dial 444.
Okay. This is
No free advertising.
I'm gonna go with Michael McDonald.
Oh, no surprise there from Derrick.
I almost died for that guy.
Ooh, you
Did.
shit. That I got questions about that. How do you think that's gonna work?
I don't know, but I don't know yet. But this is what we're doing.
Okay.
I know.
Don't you start
I know.
a race war or something? Because that's
Hey,
all right. That's cool with me. That's your band. All right. All right. Now, to complete our rhythm section, it's a lot. But I think for me, in a solid situation, to play bass with both George Duke and Harvey Mason, yeah, go ahead and breathe it out because you know where I'm going. Yeah, buddy. I think that the most musical conducive situation in this particular instance would only lead to Verdine White being the bassist of my band. So Verdine,
strong.
and the
move.
reason I say this is, number one, Harvey plays with anybody and can do any fucking thing. Okay? George Duke, I would say from about 78 till about 81, was working closely with Earth, Wind & Fire and very influenced by Earth, Wind & Fire. If any of y'all have ever heard the Follow the Rainbow record, that record is George Duke's Earth, Wind & Fire ode. It's very, very much of that vein. So I think that right now that's a good situation. So yeah, I like that.
Okay.
There's still a lot of bad motherfuckers though on the table, and I'm hoping that you're not getting so.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go because the bass player has to be extremely versatile to back up Sly and also Michael McDonald. Blend them together. I need somebody that can sing, possibly play bass and maybe guitar. So I'm gonna go with Walter Becker.
You motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. Oh shit, I'm gonna kill you. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fucking fight. You knew it. One of these motherfuckers was gonna cause a fight, because that's exactly where I was going.
I got a bass
next.
player, guitar player, and a background singer. Bam. All in one.
Damn. Okay. Well, all right.
And him and Purdy clearly sound amazing together.
That's true. That's
So,
very true. That's very
Slide
true.
we had to somebody's got to wrangle Slide.
I'm gonna just let you know that I would have literally choked the shit out of you if Chuck Rainey was on this list and you ended up with Bernard and Chuck, because then that would have just been it. I might as well just walk the fuck out. Damn, bro, that sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck because
Maybe
we're
you guys
still
could
good.
maybe you guys could trade after
The trade?
If you don't like it,
We find out who's
like
find out one of these motherfuckers. All right, one of these motherfuckers ain't killing, bro.
Right.
This is what you got.
I like so far. I'm feeling good so far.
Okay,
Becker
all
made
right.
it make more sense.
Yeah, well, that, and not to mention, Michael McDonald's on that too. So
The glue.
that's kind of in there. Okay, all right, goddamn. Okay, well, okay, all right. So this is who we got left. We got Fred. We got Maceo. We got Crack Sacks. We got Peter Frampton. Bernie.
Joe Sample.
Chuck
Mangione.
Bootsy, Ernie Osley, Andy Newmark, and Clyde Stubble.
And Eddie Hazel, I think, right?
And Eddie Hazel. Okay, Bernie Worrell, Aux Keys.
Oh my God.
Bernie Worrell, Aux
and
Keys.
George Duke.
Bernie and George.
God.
Bernie and George.
That's fucking
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
okay.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Cause now, either way, I'm killing.
We'll see whose band's opening for whose.
All right, I'm gonna go.
We're gonna see.
In the polls.
We're gonna see a lot. We're gonna see a lot of shit. Eddie Hazel. Okay. All right.
We're shredding on this gig.
Oh yeah.
We're shredding on this gig.
I tell you what. I know what's going on in your green room.
Right.
I know exactly what's going on in your green room. Okay.
Facts. True facts. Like I said, we are on fire.
Oh,
we are on the fire.
Oh yeah. You are definitely on fire.
We are lit.
Something is lit up. Shit. Okay. Well, I am now. That only makes sense for me to go with Ernie Isley.
Ooh, so first of all, smooth as the band you got together right now is like smooth as silk right now. These motherfuckers are. That is. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
killing.
I mean, look, bro. If you I'm just
the 5-on-5 is that's a strong 5-on-5.
I'm saying that is a strong 5-on-5. Like that really is a band right there, because George can sing. I don't know if Ernie can sing.
Verdine can sing.
Verdine can sing. Bernie can probably sing. And Harvey need to be focused. So
Yeah.
For me, that's solid right now. But we still got some shit to do. You, however, you got 2 keyboard players. You realize this.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But 2 keyboard players and 2
You
lead
got
singers.
2
Somebody one,
You got
Sly's
2
gonna play B3 and
yeah,
and Mike Madonna's gonna play
Rhodes.
Pete
Yep,
Rhodes. Yeah.
yep, okay. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which means I could still have a piano player, but we'll see. I'm gonna go with Maceo.
God damn
I had a
it!
feeling.
God damn it! I knew you was gonna do that just to spite me. You son of a bitch. Fred did, nigga. Fred.
I would have
Hey,
went with Chuck with that band, but that's just me. Chuck more smooth, but it don't matter.
Nah.
Fred got it.
Well, I mean, you know what?
I understand what you mean.
I
though.
can't.
I think that was just a spite
There's no
decision.
rules to this.
That was the Fred was the spite
You know what?
decision.
I tell you what.
Just
I tell you what.
It's defense.
I tell you what. I don't know if I can do this in a draft. but I'll take Fred back. No, I love you, Fred. By the way, I know you probably watching, but I'm gonna take Chuck. I'm gonna take Chuck Mangione.
Chuck does work better with that group. I'm
Chuck
just saying.
works better with that group.
Now I'm gonna have to take Fred because I got.
Because you gotta. That's why I was. That's
I mean,
why
you were just
saying.
taking him just to block Derrick.
Yeah,
from
it's
taking
like
him,
it
really.
was a good block.
Yeah,
it wasn't
see what I'm
about
saying?
You was biting your own face. You was biting your own face.
You know what I'm saying?
And it didn't make sense.
Like,
I'm
I
trying
was
to
like,
help you
wait,
out.
that don't even make no sense. Like, it doesn't make. I mean, but it kind of does because Fred is a consummate fucking horn player. He knows how to sit in any fucking situation and do what's needed, which is why I'm basing all of my choices from. But
There's still some
again,
there's still some
it just makes
there's still
more
unbelievable
sense.
people on the board, which I can't
makes
believe.
more
I
sense.
can't believe at least 2 of these people haven't got drafted yet. Honestly,
okay, well, okay, whose turn is it?
Yeah, who's
your
left?
turn.
Let's say who's left too.
we still got Bootsy,
Peter Frampton,
which is crazy.
Phil Collins, Bootsy,
and Joe Sample
Joe Sample,
and Clyde. That's
Andy
great.
Newmark, and Clyde Stubblefield.
Wow. It's tough though because it's a lot of the same instruments, you know.
No, but it's all right. We need more. We'll make it out.
Okay, whose turn is it? My turn.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a lot to process. And if I'm being honest, I'm kind of only on one side of that choice. I got 4 choices. 2 are out for me. Damn. Bootsy Collins. Bootsy Collins. It's got to be Bootsy. And here's why. Here's
Y'all
why.
doing some tripped out shit now.
Here's why. Here's why.
Bootsy and
though.
Verdine
the whole
together,
dynamic.
first of
No,
all.
but there you go.
Yeah.
There's that. There's that. And if Bootsy ain't playing nothing, he can just Bootsy, baby, give me here, baby. That's all fucking. That's
Or he's
all
back there
fuck-
feeding Bernie somebody to
probably
feed him things.
Probably,
Yeah, it could be a whole-
That could be a whole thing. But definitely Bootsy just on the strength of vocals.
Now I must admit,
And yeah, on the strength of vocals and bass ad libs. Because
second base
if you
number
want to
2.
talk about why Dumpster Funk was so fucking dope, that's why. As they had 2 fucking bass players, one motherfucker holding it down and another motherfucker playing that shit over top of it. There ain't a whole bunch of shit, but it's the shit. It's the right shit. And Bootsy and Verdine seem like they can get that job done for me. So, yeah, Bootzilla, baby.
It's a great combination, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible combination.
I think y'all got one pick left each.
Okay, good to know. So
Curious to know.
Now-
who's getting
Bro,
left out.
you got a fucking massive horn section, bro.
now I love.
I know what
Now I
That's
love.
all I'm gonna say.
Now I love Joe Sample, and it might make sense to pick him because Sly might not show up for all the gigs. But
I'm saying it could be.
but I'm gonna
That's
go with Clyde
hilarious.
Stubblefield because if anybody knows how to play with another drummer, it's Clyde
That's
Stubblefield.
true.
That was my thought.
Wow, that is a great choice.
Wow.
Now we
Whoa.
get into some shit.
Double
Now we're getting
drummer.
into some shit here. This is some shit right here that I'm into big time.
Well, that's perfect because I was gonna choose Andy Newmark.
Oh wow.
I was gonna, in fact, I was gonna choose him from the start, but I had business to take care of first.
You did.
as you all know. So yeah, I'm choosing Andy Newmark.
Damn, Joe Sample.
I thought you were
Joe
gonna go with
Sample
a
off
third
the
And
board.
it
player.
sucks because Joe Sample is definitely in my fucking top 5.
But you got
But-
2 of your top 2.
But I
top
got
5 up there already.
literally 2 of my top 2. And really, if we're being honest, it makes more sense for me to have. Never mind. I can't even do that now because I already picked.
Well, what about
Unless-
this leftover band? Phil Collins, Peter Frampton, and Joe Sample.
Yeah, I mean, if they
The
had
power
all they
trio.
need-
That sounds like something that could have happened.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
might, like, they
No,
might, they
actually-
might be on a session together. Like
They
that's-
might have
actually,
fully
probably
been on a
It's
session.
very plausible, actually. Yeah.
You know,
This is a time. First of all,
you got one more pick.
no,
No,
we're out of
that's
picks.
it.
We're done.
Oh, we're done. So
Y'all
that's
just
the
gotta
band.
figure out.
First of all, the cocaine dealer's so confused. He's like, which green room am I going in first? I'm like,
Well-
because I'm gonna run out of cocaine. Whatever green room I go in first. So that's the band. I'm just telling you.
Hey, look, I tell you what, I think I know which one he gonna be in. It just makes sense. You got more cokeheads in your band than I do.
Yeah, big time. Unfortunately, that's true.
Unfortunately. I think I got what? Actually, we might be even.
It's pretty even, buddy.
I mean, hey, look. Hey, look. Hold up. When it come out, you don't know who coming for it. So,
Right.
But
they make you lie.
do you exactly. But no, I say Andy Newmark because I feel like both Harvey and Andy Newmark
The
have
most
different
sessions. Yeah, and like
they got session work.
they
under
complement
their
each
belt.
other well.
And look, I'm gonna go as far as to say that these bands are pretty fucking major. We did a really good job without killing each other.
Pretty even.
They're
would
pretty
say.
fucking even. But if I'm gonna be honest, and I'm saying this, in terms of a live show, we're opening up for you. And here's why.
Because we got Sly.
Wait, because you got fucking Sly.
Yeah.
You got Sly. And every fucking motherfucker on that board was influenced by Sly. Everybody is going to be kissing Sly's ass, regardless.
And Michael McDonald's got to work because Sly's going to be like, I ain't playing no keyboards. I'm going to come out. I'm going to do for 1.5 songs. Yes.
And we're also at
I actually need your sample,
and look,
but it don't matter.
You kind of do.
But I mean,
you kind of do.
I really do.
You kind of do.
I actually kind of need, but I mean, I couldn't leave Clyde on the board. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right in terms of if it's one person that knows how to play with another drummer, it's Clyde Stubblefield. That's a great thing. But I mean, Clyde is probably the only one that's not going to be kissing Sly's ass just because he fucking was James Brown, bro. Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? But this is what I was saying.
Sly's the adult of the band. I mean, Clyde is the adult.
Oh,
of
I
the
was about
band.
to say because that
Clyde is the. Sorry, let me get it.
That math wasn't mathing.
Say it more correctly.
I don't know
Clyde
if that
is the adult of the band. In this scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, straight up,
Yeah.
straight up.
So, like, yeah, we need Clyde.
But this is what I was saying. No, my band. If you want to make a record, I got the band for that. You want a fucking you want a live show? I don't know.
You got George, though.
I got some cats.
You got George. You're good.
I don't
You're
know
good.
if you've ever heard of me.
You're good.
But I'm
You're totally
saying,
good. You're totally killing.
Produced by Nigel Hall.
No,
I mean,
it's killing. You're
I
right.
kind of got some credits here.
My band is definitely a live situation.
Your band is a full-on live situation.
Because
With the exception, hold on. With the exception of Walter Becker. Because the motherfucker stayed in the goddamn studio.
That's true.
Which you
I
have fully going for you.
But I have seen him play live, so I know he can't do it. So it's fine. Yeah. I've only because I've seen it. Did I know he could do it?
Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube, so I do
Right.
know that it actually did happen.
Right.
But yeah, that having Walter Becker for you is dope in live sense.
Also,
because
Sly
at
might
least
play,
the guitar,
Sly might play some bass too in this band.
Sly might be doing a lot of things in this band. That's the other thing about having Sly is like Sly, if given the right day, Sly can do every fucking thing. Sly's gonna fuck and he's gonna kill. You know what I'm saying? He can play guitar. He could play guitar with Walter if they doing some shit that that ain't no fucking, you know, Caves of Altamira changes and shit like that. And he'll be fine. And Sly will be looking, what the fuck are you doing? Right? But in terms of that, it's going to sound more gel together with him. But who knows? We were just speculating. We don't fucking know. And also, you got to think too. Are we talking of this? This is during what year is this happening?
It's got to be in the 70s.
Again, what year is this happening?
I'm gonna say, let's just say 75. Just cut it in the middle. So then
that kind of changes things.
Slightly, it does. You're right.
Slightly changes things because you also got to look at where these people were in that particular era too.
McDonald was just coming up,
and 75 is actually a very good year to choose because it's semi-safe. It's like, you know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers who did go off the rails, it was almost, everybody was still on the track to some degree. The wheels might have been loose, but they were still on the track.
Yeah.
So we can at least say that. Now we get into 78, 79. Then we got some
Disco
things that we
was
got
still-
some other things
it
we
went-
need to
yeah.
factor into this
Yeah.
shit.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of this is here's my opinion, and we can go around the room and figure out what it is. But in terms of a live show, I think Derrick wins this. And in terms of making a record, I win.
You know, I don't disagree with
But
that.
I don't even know if we can even make that assessment.
I don't know
whether or not we can even say.
And both would be killing, and your band would be killing live, and my band would be killing in the studio. So that's. But I see. I'm not disagreeing with that though.
Right. That's a great pick though. This was actually really fun. We should do this more often. This is all right. I like that.
Yeah, I got some ideas for how we could do some other ones. Pick some other
Perfect.
themes,
So what do
you know?
you think about the?
So what do you
I
think?
think that I think Derrick's band, he has more of the superstar thing, you know, because Michael McDonald and Sly, he's got more of a front man thing going on.
Which might not work out.
Well, yeah, that might
That
work.
was what I was saying earlier. They would definitely
clearly
like,
might
if
not
it
work
was-
out.
If it wasn't a fight here, it's
Right.
gonna be a fight in
Right.
there.
But you know, then yeah, ticket sales. You know what I mean? Like they're selling the tickets. Like Nigel's band is a little bit more sidemen or like, you know, not as much like pop frontmen, but like the people who know. I mean, like Sly and Michael McDonald, who's like the frontman on your team? That's like,
I mean, yeah,
you
you're
know,
right.
at that level.
I mean, it would just be Bootsy.
And just like people who know music.
Lucy and Verdine, really. I mean, that would just.
Yeah, but
They're the most-
but even that, you know,
but you're right.
And
You know,
no, and
right.
like we and don't undersell Chuck. Chuck was huge in '75.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
Chuck
talking about
was-
like.
But it's still a little bit more.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm just saying. Like,
I think like Nigel's is a little bit more like music heads are going to buy that ticket.
Yeah, true.
And Derrick's is more like
no chicks are coming to my show for sure.
right.
you know, their boyfriend's going to drag them there.
yeah, good point. I didn't even think about it like that.
No
but that's-
chicks in
yeah,
my
that's
show.
true.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
But actually, but the thing is, like, I didn't expect to get Sly and Michael. I didn't think Michael McDonald was
Yeah,
still gonna
you
be on the
did.
board. No, I thought you were gonna take him. I thought you were gonna go two keyboard players first and second
Well,
pick.
I mean,
That's
I
like-
did.
No, you picked
I
Harvey
mean,
Mason
really.
second.
I mean, man. You know what?
So that's why it's. But
I feel really
as
bad that I did
as
not
the producer
choose-
now
Yeah.
the manager as the manager of this band, I'm catching hell. I'm catching.
Oh, bro, you're
hell.
fucking. If you ain't
I'm
quit
like-
by now,
I'm catching hell with this band.
if
Bad,
you
like,
ain't,
big
if
time.
you haven't quit by now,
Yeah.
you should have been walked out
I'm
of
catching
here.
hell with these assholes. Like no, like I
Yeah,
need
you're in
Clyde.
trouble.
I need Clyde to.
Clyde
Clyde gotta-
gonna want his money.
Right.
Clyde ain't worried about you.
Clyde's the MD. We got to get Clyde. Like Clyde, you have to please
No,
for me.
No, he's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
He's not. I'm not dealing with these children. I can tell you that right now. Clyde, listen, you better be glad you got two drummers, because Clyde will walk out and
the
look.
reason- right, and the
to
reason-
be honest, fucking if Purdy was smart, that nigga would get to walking too.
But look,
I'm not even playing.
This is why I had to have Michael McDonald, because Sly's not showing up for half of these gigs, man. Somebody's got to lead the band. Somebody's got to be the front man.
That's why you should have picked Peter Frampton.
Front man, you're right. Good point. You're not wrong.
Peter would have showed up to the gig
Yeah.
with his loud ass talk box. I played a gig with Peter Frampton one time.
Oh,
No, seriously, I'm gonna tell you.
Wait, let's
straight up.
talk. Pause. How many people have you played a gig with on this board? Because I played with Macy on Fred, but other than that,
On the entire board or just my side?
just know the entire board.
I played with 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shit,
Yeah, exactly.
5. 5 people. Fred Maceo, Michael McDonald, Bernie
Those
Worrell.
three, I've seen you play with those three people.
Yeah, Bernie Worrell. My roads in my house is signed by him.
And George Duke.
I've never played with George Duke. I
But
never played
you
with
hung
him.
out with him.
I hung out with
Right.
him. I also hung out with Joe Sample.
Well, I hung out with Purdy. I played with Joe Sample. Shit. I forgot. I played with Joe Sample. Yeah, and hung out with Purdy
When you play with Joe Sample?
when I was in high school. Yeah. Came to my high school.
Yo,
Did
that's
a thing.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Wait a minute. Oh, fucking Bootsy. I'm on this fucking record. I'm
Yeah.
at his house. So okay, one,
So
two.
I've
hold up.
hung with Verdine and
1,
Boosie.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6, 7 people. Yeah,
I literally played Clyde in a movie.
you did play.
I got cut out the
I
movie, but I
forgot
was still
about that. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was like, And then
I fully forgot about that.
And then Michael McDonald, I met. We've covered that.
Yep,
and then
sure did.
I'm Fred and Macy. I played with them.
I have the
And then,
greatest Fred Wesley story.
And I met Purdy several times.
I have the greatest Fred Wesley story. We'll tell the story, then we'll take a break. Great draft. Great draft.
Great draft.
My friend.
Let's do it again. Let's do
definitely.
rappers
Let's
next
do it
or something.
again. We're gonna figure it out. The next one. That was fucking
we,
pretty good.
We need to do one with women.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
this
definitely.
misogynistic ass approach. To
Yeah,
this.
I know. But yo, that would
It's
be
good.
fucking dope.
Let's just do women
that
next.
would absolutely be dope, and
Right.
we will do that on the next
Yeah.
episode. So that'll be cool. But this is my Fred Wesley story. So we're playing Jazz Fest one year, and I can't remember who I was playing with, but I know Fred was playing with us. Well, Fred was playing after whoever I was playing with.
Gotcha.
Could have been Nigel Hall Band. It could have been Cleary. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, I am outside of the dressing room, and all my stuff and Jamie's stuff is in the dressing room, which we eventually had to give to Fred because he was next. But we weren't really paying attention to the time.
Yeah.
And so Jamie walks into the dressing room to gets whatever she left in there. I hope I don't get in trouble telling the story, but whatever. And Fred is changing his pants. And so Fred has no pants on. And Jamie's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, Mr. Wesley. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." And she shut the door, and he opened up the door and peeked out and said, "Don't worry about it. Come on in and get yourself some." And she told me, and I said, "Who is this talking about this to my wife?"
You're like,
And
Fred? Okay, well, that's cool.
I was like, you know what? If anybody could say that to my wife, it's Fred Wesley. For sure. We're going to take a short pause for the calls. We'll be right back after these messages.
Just 1 second. Just remind me of these Dutch dudes. Me and Danny played this festival in Tel Aviv. Remember the Dutch dudes took over all the dressing rooms?
Yes, I forgot
There
about
was
that.
random Dutch band was opening up for us. And just like theater, just like grand theater in Tel Aviv. And so there's like 4 green rooms downstairs. Now you think normally like they would pick one, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
They
took all of them.
All 4 of them. And they're all naked, changing in all 4 dressing rooms. Like, yo. And they're Dutch, so they're like, oh.
They don't mind being naked,
extra,
dicks
like,
out and everything.
They're all trying to be friendly and be like, I'm like, get the fuck out of
here. That's crazy. All right, we're going to take a pause for the calls. I got to pee. We'll be right back after these.
Oh, God, that was hilarious.
Y'all crazy.
So bad.
I'm telling you, this is perfect. Thanks. Welcome back. We got brother Danny on the show.
I'm actually on camera now.
He's actually on camera. He
got a haircut, so
he's come from lurking in the darkness.
Right.
Been doing my makeup over there.
Yeah, he was doing. He was getting lined up while he was off camera. But no, we were just talking about real quick about the mayoral status in New Orleans, and we were talking about how Derrick really is the mayor of this motherfucker, and how y'all don't know, anybody that's from New Orleans knows, but anybody that's not may not be aware, but Derrick is one of the fortunate ones to have had and have his hands in a lot of things in this city. About, he's very, basically what I'm saying is he's very dialed in. And we were also talking about what's the lady name?
What, Helena
Yeah,
Maria?
Helena.
We love her.
She's trying to be the mayor. And, we got a buddy named Josh Starkman. So we'd like to get on the show and talk to him about it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see, and we're going to talk. Because I know all I got to do is call the nigga. He'd be like, yeah, of course. But there are a lot of people who have conflicting views about him in terms of being with his campaign for mayor. Because a lot of people think he's fucking around and taking away from the attention that we should have on decent mayoral status in this city.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's taken seriously. I'm like, it's hard
Yeah,
to
it's like-
tell.
But
Like,
here's the thing: is we don't fucking know.
we don't know.
Really.
I don't
we
know.
don't know.
I mean,
that's why I
I
want to talk to him
like,
about it. And I
you
think
know,
we should
I think it's
definitely
just a
have him
big
on the
joke
show.
for him. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it could be, but I don't know.
But then again,
Either
like,
way, but
if he had a potential to win, he might just go with it. You know?
I don't know. I mean, I hear the I think he could be a huge influence if he actually endorses someone for mayor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he does have pull in that way. I don't know if he's qualified nor if he's mentally capable. Not that I'm saying that he's not a capable person. Like,
Right.
I don't think anybody that's not a politician is really. I don't know if he's. I don't know.
You got to be a special kind of animal
people,
for
and people,
that
because people
politics
look.
shit.
I can
That's
tell you right
some
now, people
whole
try to
nother
get me to
shit.
run for shit all the time. People offer me money to run for city council, state congress, all kind of shit, school board. I'm not making this is a fact. People have offered me thousands of dollars to run against people and I'm like, it's not. I'm not built for this.
Nobody would be looking into your history.
Take
Yeah,
your thousands of dollars and drop out of the
and
race.
people are like, and then everybody's like, but everybody loves you. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. Like,
Yeah, you don't want everyone to start hating you.
yeah. I mean, I got some haters, but I don't need the whole city to hate me. That's the last thing I want.
I tell you what, I'll never run for anything. I
No,
don't want
never.
nobody looking into my history.
No.
You know, my dad was he was a politician for like 8 years up
Yeah.
in New Hampshire, but it's he was like a state
But
representative.
New Hampshire is.
yeah.
You know what? If I lived in New Hampshire, I would run for state.
No, actually, it sounded
representative.
terrible, but it was like the
Right.
smaller level politician.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like choosing like what kind of road sign you put up on the side of the road.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I could be on the city council, but why? Why would I want these headaches?
I know people who have. When I lived in Maine, I had a friend of mine who ran for city council, and he won. And I just remember having conversations with him and about how just frustrated that he is that he can never get the funding for things that we actually need and actually, you know what I'm saying? Because these are the reasons that he ran, was to get these things taken care of. And when you make a promise to a bunch of people that you're going to do something and you keep getting fucking blocked from doing it every single fucking time, even if it's the most minute of things, it's frustrating. And I know as an artist, I mean, shit, I deal with that on a regular basis in terms of, how to release music and how to do all that other shit. But this is a whole nother, it's the same shit, different toilet.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Whenever they're like, oh, I'm not political, it's like politics is just all of life. I mean, like, if you're in a band, that's
very
politics.
true.
You got to
That's
deal with
very
people. It's
true.
not just like,
Absolutely.
and it might be a dictatorship, you know what I mean? Or
Absolutely.
it might be a democracy, or it might be
Right.
whatever,
Right.
Um,
It depends on what
might be
kind of band
anarchy,
you in.
But like, but it's all
Like
politics-
Derrick's band. that's what we should have did was what are the names of these bands?
Yeah, Anarchy is a good name.
Anarchy is probably
Great
your
name,
name.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's
You know,
you
everything
make
is
a valid
politics.
point about
Just-
that.
It's
Yeah.
just interaction with people, and then the real issue is that there's just like a ton of idiots in the world.
Yeah.
That's kind of the conclusion. I've just realized, like, you think like as you get older, or like when you're younger, you think like older people know what they're doing. Like they're good at what they do because they're older than me.
Right.
And now like you get to be their age and you're like, wow, these people are terrible at what they
Yeah,
do.
but then
Everyone-
you look at their history. It's like, no, you were a dumbass from the jump, and you're still a dumbass. You
But
know
that's
what I mean?
also what I'm saying too, is that age doesn't necessarily mean age and maturity doesn't necessarily mean better or smarter, because you can fully be old and fucking stupid.
Man, Pete Buttigieg
You know
is
what
like
I'm saying?
40 years younger than Donald Trump. So, I mean, who
Yeah.
do you think smarter?
No, I'm just
Yeah.
playing. I know.
I'm just saying. I mean, So
Yeah, well, that too,
Yeah.
and that is
or
clear. That is my
AOC,
fucking
she's
point.
like 50 years younger than Donald Trump. Like,
So let's
You know what I'm
all
saying?
let's all
And
make an
Bernie,
agreement.
yeah,
Bernie's
the
the
man.
I know, Bernie, but and look,
He's
he
like
still got it
112 years
together. He's
old.
145 years
Right.
old. Didn't he just crash somebody's fucking Coachella,
Like
performance and shit?
Yeah, I saw some headline about it. I didn't see
He's
it.
just like, yo, I'm gonna just walk out. I gotta tell these people. Hey, real quick, I want to shout out to Cory Booker.
Cory Booker,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna
Corey
say
Booker.
Glover, didn't you?
I was about to say
I
Corey
was about to say
Glover.
it too.
Shout out to Corey Glover too.
Yeah.
But Cory Booker, who is New Jersey representative,
Senator.
yeah, senator in New Jersey. That man talked for 26 hours and roasted Trump. Not just roasting Trump, but told the truth. And it's really good that even in this fucking chaos of a society that we live in, to see somebody take that much time out of their day and and contribute to some sort of sanity and letting the world know, because the world in a nutshell is laughing at us because of this
Not
fucking
all of
shit.
us, but they know certain of us.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
motherfuckers laughing.
Oh,
They
yeah.
think this shit is funny.
No, I'm saying they're not
And-
laughing at all of us. They're laughing at a good percentage of us. But not-
Exactly.
they know. Actually,
And-
that's a lot. People in other countries know more about our country than people in this country know.
That's
which is crazy.
very true.
You think about
It's
it.
the same thing when you
Right.
go overseas and everybody can speak 9 different languages
Right.
and you can't even speak the one you know, claim you know how to speak.
Right.
But yeah, I want to shout him out, man, because that was some really that was
I
a
kinda feel
great
sorry
day in
for-
Black history.
I feel
just
sorry
wanna
for
say
Cory
that.
Booker too, man. You know why? Because it's like when he was trying to run for president, it's like no matter what you do, Cory Booker, you're not Obama. I mean, just you can't be the other light
And
skinned
that's
black
how
dude.
they make him feel.
No, that's
You
what
know
I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. They like he's a very accomplished person. Obviously, he's a U.S. senator. You know what I'm saying? But he's just not Obama.
Right.
So it's like so it's like his career
I
is
don't
going to
know
be stalled because of that. You know
Did
what
y'all
I mean?
see that clip of Obama talking about what if I had done any of this shit?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Did you see that clip?
Yeah.
Obama would be under the jail.
And do
right
you?
now.
He would be under the jail.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers lost their mind because the nigga wore a tan suit. You remember when he wore that tan suit?
And
They're
he
like,
went-
oh my
He
god!
went golfing too much, and then like Trump golfed like 5 times
This
as many
nigga that
times
stay
as
at the
him.
golf course. He got a suite at the golf course.
Yeah, he's
don't even
actually
be
getting
in there.
paid to go golfing, not just going golfing.
Yo,
He's
man,
also
this
making
nigga's
money
crazy.
to go golfing. It's crazy.
But what do y'all think about having Starkman on this show?
Oh yeah,
think
I
we
already
should-
talked about
I've-
it. He said he wanted to do it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, because I mean, if he's serious, then I want to know what he's going to do.
I want to
Like,
hear. I want to hear
wanna hear
his
what the
take.
platform
Oh, yeah,
is.
he's
Yeah.
definitely into it.
You know,
He's
he
definitely
definitely.
into it.
We need to definitely
Yeah.
provide a platform.
because I don't want to
that-
speak for him. So I
Right,
don't,
exactly.
Like I just want my first question to him is, are you serious? And if he is serious, then I'm like, okay, then what's the plan?
Then, okay, what's
Yeah,
the
you
deal?
know,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
all I want to know.
I got a question though. Like, let's be real serious. With these filibusters, you speak for 26 hours. What's the thing? They wear diapers. They put in a catheter. What do you do? What do you do here?
I don't
That
know,
is
man.
a great question,
You know?
and that is not
I mean, I was
something
like,
that
that
I
dude-
thought about
somebody's-
not even once.
That's
until right
all.
now.
That's where my mind goes immediately. Whenever
Me
I
too,
think,
I kept
I'm like,
thinking, I
this
was
person
like,
just stood up there for 20 hours. Like they're definitely shitting themselves, right? At least pissing themselves. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to
Well, I
take
feel like
away
no,
from like.
no, I feel like because I feel like he can
grandeur
yield.
of the whole
No,
thing,
because
but-
I feel like he can yield 10 minutes to another person to talk for 10 minutes while
I
he
don't,
goes
I
to
don't
the
think he
bathroom.
can. But they said he didn't
No.
eat for like 2 days beforehand.
No, he yielded a few times.
Oh, really?
And people would like chime in, but he never left though. So
I think that's just so he can like drink water or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think he's
exactly.
allowed to like leave.
right. So I don't know.
I wonder.
I mean, I have held it for that long, not on purpose. Like, unfortunately, yes.
26 hours.
I've had some 26-hour
Yeah.
backups.
I mean, these are the important questions when we talk about the news. This is really why does the news not cover this aspect?
I
This is
don't know.
what I've been wondering the whole
I've
time.
been wondering- I
It
think
says
you're
he
not the only
basically
one.
dehydrated himself.
He dehydrated himself.
Oh, so he couldn't shit anyway. He was like, yeah,
But still, like, I mean,
right.
I don't know.
You know, some real nasty. That's okay.
Not just him. Other people have done filibusters that went
I know,
on for a really
I know,
long
I
time
know.
too.
I mean, there's a news article addressing it. Clearly, people
There we
are
go.
curious.
See? Yeah,
There we
are you
go.
pulling it up? There
you
Did
go.
Cory
You can pull it
Booker
up.
take bathroom breaks? The senator never left the chamber to go to the bathroom, and he didn't wear a catheter or a diaper. So that answers my questions are answered.
Wow.
Thank
See,
you. Look,
see what I'm saying? How Danny could be a news reporter? See what I'm saying? Like, it's
This
literally.
is exactly why
I cover the
you-
topics that
right.
people want to know about.
It's
Yeah,
true, man.
exactly.
I'm trying to tell you.
Nobody wants to hear about Ernie Isley or Clyde
wanna hear
Stubblefield.
about
They want to hear
catheters and
about whether or
diapers.
not this nigga took a shit on himself whilst filibustering.
Walls filibustering. Yeah,
You know, and that's what's going on in the world.
that's the
is
important.
that.
shit.
That's the important shit. We want to shout out Crescent 9. Shout to Crescent 9 for these wonderful beverages. And we appreciate your let's
Oh,
cheers.
you're off your
Yeah,
break, huh?
Look at that. Yeah, I'm off my break. I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. Let's take a sip.
So refreshing.
So refreshing. We the sexy zexy is what I'm drinking right now. And this shit is really fucking good.
That's not
I ain't gonna lie.
just water, huh? I mean, it's like
It's
like
just
not
water.
carbonated.
And it's perfect because I'm not trying to, like, all I drink really through the day is coffee and water, and that's like kind of how I've been losing my weight and working out and shit like that. But the carbonation, and I ain't got a burp really. I'm like Cory Booker, just dehydrate myself. I want to also shout out a few things, if I may, before we get out of here. I want to shout out my homies Lettuce, because we just put out a record with the Colorado Symphony Orchestra, and there's a DVD of it. We got to see that in a movie theater not too long ago, and it was really, really cool. The second time I've ever seen myself on the silver screen. I'm very fortunate in that. So shout out to those guys. Never played, never been on a live recording with a symphony orchestra before, so that's huge. I want to shout out Butcher Brown, because they looked out for me, or because they had me. I filled in for DJ. Shout out to my man DJ Harrison, because he was dealing with some shit, and so I got to go and do some gigs in Philadelphia, where I had my Angelo's cheesesteak, and I got a whole video, and we will play that video for y'all as well before we get out of here. I want to shout out the Brown Hound Sounds Pound Town. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I want to shout them out, and I want to shout out all of the people who wake up in the morning and try to live your life and do things better than you did yesterday. That's all we need. Get out of the fucking darkness. Unless you're Danny, you can stay in there as long as you want.
Just live there forever.
It's like I said, it's just the world of realism.
It's the world of realism, and I'm with that. Yeah. I'm with that for sure. Y'all make sure that you like and subscribe. shadowpeoplepodcast@gmail.com. We appreciate all your questions.
Don't forget to vote on the poll, too.
Don't forget to vote on them polls. Vote on the polls on who you think the best band is. And also, it would be really cool if y'all gave us some names of potential names of what you think that these bands could be. Derrick's band has already been dubbed Anarchy, because that is exactly what's going on in that fucking green room. I'm sure of it.
We gotta have a few green rooms. We need
yeah, I know. Look, but there's gonna be some green rooms that weren't green rooms at first. It's gonna be great. And we'll see y'all next time. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We love y'all. I'm Nigel Hall.
I'm Derrick Freeman.
Danny Abel.
And this is the Shadow People. We'll see you next time. Peace. It's a wrap. It is now time. This is Nigel Hall and Morgan Burrs reporting live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You know what that means.
Go Birds.
And Corey Farmville. Hey,
it ain't gonna be good. They wasted their money.
Don't worry about. You know what? Mind your business. Your business.
I'm certified hating.
You know what? You hate because you don't hate me because you ain't me. Okay. Now. Oh my God! What are we doing here? What is this? Buttermilk biscuits. Oh shit. Woo-wee! My God! My God! Oh my God! It's gonna hurt so good.
Bro, this shit is massive, bro.
Oh.
Bro, this shit is so big, bro.
Boy, I took this damn jersey off to eat the sandwich.
That was hot. Hot walk.
With all my heart, I love you, baby.
Worth the walk.
Stay with me. Buttermilk biscuits. What you say?
Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah, it's like that.
Usually it's the dudes.
Signing off.